Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Shanagi, Ayurveda and Medicine doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today we are going to talk about the Ayurveda aspect of nutrition. I know these days a lot of talks are only about nutrition. People are worried what they should eat, people are worried what they should not eat, and they really want to know what is Ayurveda approach towards nutrition. Because except for Vata, Pitta and Kapha, people don't have much awareness about Ayurveda. They don't know, like, there are many other textbooks which are in Sanskrit, like in Charak Samhita, Shushruta Samhita, Ashtang Hriday, Ashtang Sangrah, and many other books are there, not only these, from which Ayurveda study is composed of. So, and this concept of nutrition is provided in bits and pieces at many places in Ayurveda. So, there is not one textbook from which you will read and you can figure out, okay, this is what Ayurveda has to say about nutrition. To understand Ayurveda's nutrition, you need to understand the Ayurveda aspect of nourishing the body, or you can say you need to understand on what principles Ayurveda work and on what basis, what were the basis of that time's Charak, Maharshi Charak, who is the author of Charak Samhita. So, what was there in his mind, on what perspective he has written about nutrition for mankind, and what were the things available at that time, and how he divided everything for the well-being of people, so that more and more people stay healthy for long and they will overcome diseases naturally. Because Ayurveda believes if your body and mind is strong, your ability to conquer any disease will be greatly enhanced. And one more aspect of Ayurveda is that is preventive aspect. If you take care of your mind and your body well, that means it provides you natural strength to prevent various diseases. So, prevention becomes extremely important aspect of Ayurveda. And when we talk about the preventive aspect of Ayurveda, food becomes most essential thing, because all our nourishment, most of the nourishment we get through food. We all know the origin of Ayurveda is from Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda is one of the 4 oldest Vedas that are present in the world. It is the most oldest literature, and we consider Ayurveda as eternal because nobody knows its origin, when it started, because it was always there. So, these are the most oldest literature present on the earth. These are 4 Vedas: Sam Veda, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. So, Ayurveda got originated from, or you can understand it as, Ayurveda is a sub-Veda of Atharva Veda. Ayurveda takes these things into consideration, that whatever we eat, that affects not only our body, but it also affects our mind. So, Ayurveda says whatever we eat, that's what we become. So, if we have proper knowledge about nutrition, like what kind of food suits our body, that means by knowing this we can nurture our body well, at the same time we can also nurture our mind well, just by knowing what we should eat, what we should not eat. So, regarding this we need to go into little depth of Ayurveda. By knowing the proper utilization of food, not only we will make ourselves strong, but this will also help us to fight against various diseases. Because in various diseases, according to Ayurveda, certain food is being restricted, certain foods you can eat. It is not something universal, because as you know, Ayurveda focus on individual approach of human being, what a person should eat according to his disease. So, that becomes extremely important aspect of Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, a lot of focus has been given on wholesome diet. That means full grain diet. Ayurveda don't says you just take out this ingredient from specific thing and then you make up out of this ingredient and then eat. Ayurveda focus on full ingredients like full grain, wholesome diet. So that is the main science of Ayurveda, because Ayurveda says nature knows best what is the need for the body. Because if we extract one ingredient from certain thing, that means we are taking one ingredient that will cure one disease, but it can also create imbalance at and some other part of the body. That's why Ayurveda has a concept of wholesome diet, that complete diet. Not, we don't extract any ingredient from anything, because according to Ayurveda, nature knows best what is needed for human, much more than what a man can discover. So regarding this, let's try to understand the principles of Ayurveda. According to Ayurveda, whatever we eat, digestive fire, that is called Jatra Agni, works on it, and it divided the food into three parts. So one part of the food is consumed regarding making our body, like seven kind of these 7 layers of tissues: ras, rakt, mas, med, asthi, majja, shukra. So you can understand it, one part of the food is being used by the body for the formation of the body, or for the growth, for the repair, because a lot of tissue damage happen on daily basis in our body. So for repair purpose and for growth purpose, one part of food is being used by the body, and one part of the food got excreted by excretory system, in the term of fecus, that's went out of the body, because that is the discarded part which body is not utilizing for its growth. And there is one more part of the food with which our mind grows. That's why a lot of importance, when I'm saying mind, that doesn't mean brain. Mind means that subtle dimension of our body, which includes our emotions, which includes our thoughts, which includes how we think, what kind of anger we have, what kind of irritation we have. All these things are also connected with food. That's why in Ayurveda a lot of importance has been given to sattvic food, or the food which comes from the proper source. So that's why in Ayurveda a lot of importance has been given how you eat, what you eat, in what posture you eat. You should not be emotionally disturbed while you eating, you should not be in angry mood when you are eating, you should be very pleasant, you should worship food, so that the quality of the food can be enhanced, and ultimately it will nurture your mind in a positive way. Similarly, the water that we drink, that also got divided into three parts. So one part of water get excreted in the form of urine. It's a majority of the water get excreted in the form of urine. Some water is retained in our body in the form of various liquids and various fluid material that is present in the body, because water is very essential for our life to function. As we know, like 70% of body is water. So water also get retained in our body. At the same time, water also makes the subtle form of water also is responsible for how you think, the way you think. That's why a lot of, in Ayurveda, a lot of importance has been given to positive pranic water. That means water which should not contain any hate waves or any jealous waves or any bad things. Especially the water that's been provided in Hindu temples, the science behind giving this water as the form of Charnamat. Charnamat is a kind of holy water. So there is a science behind it, like water has a memory. So this water carry away all the positive energy with itself, which is nourishing for your psyche or for your mind. So that's, in that way, water also becomes very important. That's why in Ayurveda a lot of importance has been given, like when you are drinking water, especially when you are drinking water, you should not think anything negative. Your thoughts, your emotions, your anger should not be there while you are drinking water. And especially when you are somebody is very angry, we offer a glass of water always, just to cool down anger with the positive energy, like okay, the anger should be cooled down by just drinking water. So a lot of importance has been given to these small aspects just for the well-being of the system. But as we know, as a mankind, as a race of humans, or as our today's era, we are always after tasting the good food. We always wanted to have the delicious and good food. That's why in Ayurveda a lot of preparations regarding food is also being provided, so that people not only get health but they also know the various procedures, how to cook food in a certain way so that the food will not lose its nutrients and it will be well absorbed and digested by our digestive fire. That's why in Ayurveda there is a concept of Ahar Kalpana. Ahar Kalpana is a Sanskrit word. Ahar means food, Kalpana means preparation. So various food preparation methods has been provided in Ayurveda for the well-being of people. For example, according to Ayurveda, if you go through Shushruta Samhita, a lot of importance has been given like how you eat food, because whatever we eat, the way we eat, that's what we become.